Welcome back, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here.
It's good to be back.
It's been a minute. Paul, Kelvin, how you guys feeling, man? How's you guys summer? How was Ghana, bro?
Do you want to take before I go?
No, you went Ghana, so yeah.
Ghana was, I feel like I went for 2 weeks. I feel like Ghana was probably the best 2 weeks of my life because it was, I was born there. So since I've come here, I haven't had the chance. I've had the chance, but I just haven't gone. But honestly, it was the best 2 weeks, I'd say, of my life. Like, I really had a good time. I met good people.
You was dancing?
I met a good person.
Wow.
I was dancing, yeah, but I dance anywhere.
And your shirt as well.
Nah, Kelvin's a very good dancer.
It's the same move over.
You know they were getting on to me about that clip.
He's spamming.
You know the twins said I wasn't dancing well in that clip.
No, Kelvin, you're a good dancer.
What do you think?
Kelvin, you're a good
in
dancer.
that clip,
Why are you capping?
Kelvin,
you know the clip.
It's the same move over and over again.
I promise you. If we ever step to a function, Kelvin is the best dancer.
Oh,
no, we're leaving it at that.
It's the same move over and over again.
No, he likes to say it's the same move over and over.
It's the same spamming the same shit.
He has iterations of the move.
Yeah.
It grows and changes depending on what he wants to do with it.
It's the same.
That's just the moment that they captured.
What's the move?
Nah, I don't want to show, but it's bad, bro. It's just the same shit, man. Come on.
Oh, Paul.
But if he's gassing you up in it, fair enough.
If we gas you up,
go for it.
Paul, I want to see your step. We haven't actually seen Paul's step, so Paul might have some
I
moves.
don't want to see my step.
That we don't know about, but from what we've seen, the hand-eye coordination should be here and there.
For a guy that used to play cricket as well.
It's rough. But you know, but Kelvin, I'm happy to hear, man, that you enjoyed it. I'm happy to hear that. Like, it was a brilliant experience. The motherland should do that to us, man. You're looking revitalized. You know, it's beautiful to see your skin is now recovered fully. It's amazing. Paul, how have you been, sir?
Yeah, I've been good, man.
Yeah, you got your chest out. You know, you got your chain in your glasses. That's crazy.
You know he's working out now.
Really?
That's what he's telling me.
Crazy. Welcome back, and with no further ado, roll call. Who we got today?
Paul.
Kelvin.
Moiwa. I'm wearing the hoop. Deep breaths. I'm very good.
He's good.
You know.
If the Thunder lost, he wouldn't be good, but he's good.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that. But
What I'm
That's why I
gonna.
had to come today because I know he was going to chat the most.
Wow. So we've already started.
I'm just saying.
We've already started. Not even gonna just establish a nice little baseline. You guys have been missing for a little while.
Sorry.
You know, so just give us a little catch up. You know, we're 4 games in. Yeah, we're 4 games into the finals now. But you guys, quick thoughts on how the conference finals ended. Anything you took away from those 2 series?
I think for the West, I think it's unfortunate. I think when you look at it, were the Timberwolves really the team that we should have seen in the conference finals? My opinion, no. They faced the Lakers. You guys know how I feel. The Lakers badly constructed.
And Warriors, they had no Steph.
The Warriors, no Steph. I feel like the Warriors win that series.
Yeah, if that's Steph, I agree.
But yeah, it was a cakewalk for the Thunder, if we're being honest. There's a bad matchup.
It was a very, I can't lie.
In the conference finals, I'll agree.
I'll be honest with you.
The whole run, no.
Yes, it was.
Their whole run was not a cakewalk.
It was a cake. Hold on.
They went to game 7.
But hold on.
They went to game 7 against the Nuggets.
That was good, but I'm gonna tell you why it was a cakewalk, right? So in the first round, Ja was injured, Clark was injured, and after Ja went down,
Brandon Clark,
after Ja went down, the series was over. So it's like I just look at it straight away as it was a cakewalk.
Because let's be honest,
and
game 4, the Grizzlies were up 20 in it.
No. So they won. So after Ja went out,
the Thunder won the first 2.
Yeah, and then
Grizzlies won game 3.
Yeah, and then after Ja got injured, I think they were up by like something, up by a big margin, right? Yeah. So if Ja played, they probably would have closed that out. It would have been 2-2. Going back to OKC, so it's like, and then they got injured, and then they faced Denver. Cool. And then in the conference finals, Timberwolves are. Let's be honest. I said it from the gut. They're not special.
Are healthy.
They're not special. It was a whack team.
They
are a whack team. Like,
you guys need to stop. You guys need to stop with this giving.
It was a cakewalk. I'll be honest with you. This West, in like if I compare it to like the previous West, it's been probably the easiest West I've seen so far. It's been the easiest.
I don't disagree.
It's been the easy West. Look,
I don't disagree.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys watch the end of the season?
It's one of the easiest. It's probably the easiest West.
Did you guys see the rankings and the standings at the end of the season?
Yeah, but the injuries
in terms
happened.
of the injuries that happened, in terms of the injuries that happened,
that's the game, bro. And there was no injuries in the
and also the trades that happened as well. That changed the complete complexity of the West. Because if Luka was on the Mavs, let's be honest here, the Mavs are going to the finals.
Okay.
They're going to the finals.
Let's not play what ifs.
And the Lakers
let's play in reality.
And And the Lakers with AD was a better fit because that team was constructed around AD
and that team would have been. I promise you, that team would have been better suited to beat the Wolves.
Exactly. 100%. I'm telling you, trades and injuries ruined the complexity of the West.
I don't think the Lakers are going to go far this year, regardless.
No, they won't.
But it definitely wasn't a cakewalk. I don't think we can say it was a cakewalk.
Definitely the East is West I've seen in a minute, and the East has just been plagued with injuries. Like that's just every season. There's always an injury. Cavs got injured. At Boston, they were going to lose anyway, but Tatum got injured.
They definitely weren't going to lose anyway. That's a championship team over there.
Bro, your boy just stunk out. Let's be honest.
Okay, that's why he was on his way to dropping 50. He was on his way to dropping 50 in the Garden.
Embarrassment.
Say no more.
He's the reason why Boston lost. He's the reason why.
It wasn't too little. It was right in time.
Too late.
It was right on time. It was right on time, and his Achilles got ruptured.
It's too late.
He was awful. Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
The Bucks were injured. They're always injured every season, so the Bucks have a lot of question marks, right? And so it's just. I can't lie. These playoffs has just been very injury plagued.
I respect the Pacers' run though.
Yeah, Pacers. I respect the Pacers. Yeah. Listen, I think they win these finals, right?
So the Pacers wasn't a cakewalk. Their team wasn't a cakewalk.
How was it a cakewalk?
No.
They had injuries. Literally the same thing that he just said. Injury in the first round.
No.
Same as OKC.
The best player on the court is still on the floor. Giannis was there the entire series.
He was. Right? I agree.
Yeah. Round 2. Who did they play round 2?
Cavs had injuries.
The Cavs.
Cavs injuries missing half their guys.
The Cavs are still dangerous. The Cavs still.
No. I'll be honest with you. They had. I think.
Stay consistent.
Because Garland
you especially stay consistent.
That's what I'm doing.
Go.
Garland was injured. Mobley was injured. Hunter was injured, and those are 3 of their key starters, bro. Those are major injuries, and that Cavs. I never believed in them one bit, but they had injuries. And the Bucks, Dame was injured. Like,
okay,
bro,
but let's be honest. Let's be honest. Cavs don't want to see Indiana. Cavs don't want to see even healthy. If you look at the regular season, they struggled against Indiana. And
I'll be honest with you, I've always said this year after year since he left Utah, but people.
It wasn't Donovan's fault.
But
it had nothing to do with Donovan. Don't mention Donovan's name. Don't mention his name. Don't mention his name. It's not his fault.
Questions need to be had about Mitchell.
Okay.
And
it's on him. It's on him.
He's like bro. He's like Embiid. Bro. He's like Embiid. He's like Embiid.
Questions will always be asked.
You have never gone out of the second round. Utah, you had great teams. You were the first seed. Championship contenders every year, second round. Some question needs to be had with Mitchell. Is he a guy that can lead your team to?
You never want to criticize your guy.
Exactly, never. No.
Donovan Mitchell.
Don't fake like that, bro.
Donovan Mitchell, I'd be happy to criticize if I didn't watch the run that he had this playoffs. You can't tell me this guy didn't.
One playoff run can change the entire club.
I'm not.
He won round one.
No. In terms of even the matchup against Indiana. You can't tell me this man didn't do every single thing in his power to impact the game and try to win.
Hold on.
Hold on what?
That's what we expect out of superstars, right?
We do. Now let me finish. There was things that were out of his control. As you literally just said, he had injuries. 3 of his guys, starters, were missing. So he's doing his best to drag the team as long as he can. The rest of his team, I think there was 1 game Max Drew showed up. I think they won that game. The rest of it was a mess. Mentally, they all snapped. And yes, that part is on him. Like it's on him to lead them mentally 100%. But in terms of on the court, his play, his determination, everything that I saw from him, there's nothing more I could have asked from him to do.
Okay, so
you know what I mean? You can't ask for him to be in every position and stop every single, you can't ask him to do that. When it was needed and for him to enforce his will on the games, he done that. The Indiana Pacers just had more. That was literally, they had more. They won as a collective. He was dragging the team all by himself. That's what we saw. You guys can't tell me otherwise. So the question mark can't be, is Donovan Mitchell? No, the question is, are the Cavaliers in total enough? Are they constructive?
No.
That is the question. That's the question.
The question is, can a Donovan Mitchell-led team do great in the playoffs?
Without injuries, definitely that series, that series would have been a lot different.
Okay, hold on.
100%.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so what's your excuse for every single other previous ones when he was with the Cavs, when he was with Utah, great teams, right? So what happens? What's the excuse? Was it injuries or what's the excuse?
I haven't gone back and rewatched the Utah series to tell you right now what it is right now. Do you know what I mean? I think it's easy to just label a man, you can't get out of this round.
I'll tell you what it is.
Without putting in
what is it? I'm going to tell you what it is.
What is it?
He's just not good enough. That's the harsh reality.
Sometimes that is the harsh.
It's harsh. You're just not good enough. Like same with Embiid, you're just not good enough. Like that's the reality. I know you don't want to hear it because you love every guy in the NBA. Like you're a big support of everyone apart from certain people. But it's
crazy.
It's like you have to admit that's the harsh reality. You are just not good enough.
Okay,
it's not good enough.
It sounds
that doesn't sound harsh. It's just not true. That's just the fact. It's just not true. Like I genuinely don't think Donovan Mitchell isn't good enough to take his team to the conference finals.
This is year.
How many years has it been?
I think this is going to be the next season. Will probably be his year 8. Right?
I don't know. I think it could be longer. I don't know.
Maybe it's longer, but he's been in this league a while, man.
He has been, and only 4 teams every year can make it into the conference finals.
At some point,
Only 4 teams.
So what's his excuse though? He's had great teams. He's been on first seed teams. So what's the excuse?
Because he wasn't drafted into a bad situation.
Exactly.
He wasn't. I'm
I'm
not saying he wasn't. I'm not giving him any excuse. I'm telling him. I'm talking about for this run specifically, and I'm telling you what happened and what I saw in this.
I
run.
agree.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to talk about the past, cool. He hasn't performed well in the past. 100%, I agree. But in this playoffs, from what I saw from him, I couldn't ask for anything more. So that's what I'm saying.
So my question is: Is it valid to say we have to question? Can Mitchell lead his team? Like, can a Mitchell-led team make it?
My question mark isn't with him. Okay, that's not my question mark.
So your question is with the supporting cast. It's with the GM basically.
Okay. I think health plays a factor. If they were fully healthy, I think we're having a different discussion. I think we actually are having a completely different discussion. I think losing 2 games at home and getting snuck up on the way they did was not acceptable. Well, it just wasn't acceptable whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? And you can see now in the finals in terms of like the difference in terms of like OKC losing that first game, you know, being up and then having them come back on them and then clicking in terms of like, yeah, no, we're letting this happen again. We're not letting this happen again in game 2. Game 3, actually, we're going to get to the final, so let me not rush. But in terms of that mentality, there was an issue there. And maybe that mental aspect, Donovan has a role to play, 100%. I think Kenny Atkinson also has a role to play there. But I think there's definitely a lot more to see out of the Cavs. I wouldn't necessarily press the eject button on that situation that they've got over there. I would actually still continue and see what happens next year.
I don't think they should run it back. That team is getting expensive,
and the CBA is going to hit like this. You have to start paying.
I don't think you run it back because I've said it since they got Donovan. You can't have a backcourt of 2
Garland and Mitchell, 2 defensive liabilities, two undersized. You can't
do that. It's too much pressure on the perimeter.
What's next? What's the move then?
What's the move? You have to either trade Garland or
who?
Or Mitchell.
You're trying to get KD. You're trying to get Giannis.
I'd get this. Puts you in a better position to win. No.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Are you gonna win with that backcourt?
I don't think either of those guys are going out there.
That backcourt isn't winning nothing.
I don't think either of those guys are going out there. To be honest with you, I don't. And even Garland was even injured as well. But we can conference finals they played the Knicks. I think early at the beginning of this year, I wanted to speak to you guys. At the beginning of this year, there were 3 trades that happened, or not 3 trades, 3 teams that made moves that I guess all caused question marks. And I want to know from you guys' perspective whether or not those moves were successful or failures. Move number 1. The Timberwolves acquiring Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. One of the guys sitting on this couch said that was the greatest move, that they were going to be the best team this year. Wait. And then he's now come and told us that they're nothing special. Okay. Move number 2, the Knicks getting Cat from the Timberwolves. And move number 3, Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso going to OKC. Some guys were telling me it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Like, it's just 2 bigs that they still have this and this issue. So... Looking now as we're standing in the finals, one team has made it to the finals, right? The other 2, they made the conference finals. Respect to them. So, success off those trades. What are you guys telling me?
What do you want to hit first? You want to hit the
next?
Timberwolves?
You know what? It's up to
Let's
you
hit
pick.
Timberwolves, isn't it?
Okay, so the Timberwolves is
because why were they special? Why were there something incredible at the beginning of the year? You're saying they're going to be a better team than the Knicks, and then now they're nothing special. So what changed?
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
In my opinion, I feel like the Timberwolves were better than the Knicks because post All-Star, like post January, I think they even had the best record in the NBA, right? And like Randle was injured a lot that like in the first half of the season, so they had to play catch up. But
now you're saying they're nothing special.
But let me go.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking the question. Now I want you to address that.
And I don't take back what I said. I feel like the Timberwolves won that trade. Like, yes, they both made the conference finals, but it's like I feel like the fit was better because in my opinion, Dante and Randall has been better assets to the Timberwolves than Cat has been to the Knicks, because I said this with the Cats and Knicks, and you two don't want to believe me, right? Because you spoke in the group chat. I said and you said it last pod as well, which is funny. You said Cat can't be a 5. Cat can't be the 5 for that team, right? And I said it. Cat will get disposed defensively as a 5, and he got disposed disgustingly, because the Knicks pride themselves on defense. Their defense has been absolutely atrocious, shambolic, and I said, Cat can't be an anchor on the 5. He can't be. He cannot be. And I was right. Everything I said about the Knicks, about Cat going to the Knicks and make that move, I was right about.
But did the Knicks have a successful season? Yes, they did. Yes, so were you right? Did they have a better season than they did last year? Yes, they did. Very fortunate. So were you right?
A very fortunate.
No, you weren't.
A
very successful.
There's context. There's context. They had a very fortunate run. Context.
What?
Context.
I don't agree with that.
A very fortunate run.
Yeah, context.
I don't agree.
They played a healthy Pistons team. Beat them.
Pistons, is that something we need to get my seat about?
The Pistons were a very good team.
The Pistons were good this season.
Pistons, right?
They're not the Pistons of the old.
They played the defending champions.
They're not the
beat
Pistons
them.
of the old.
So I don't understand what you in terms of opposition that the Knicks played compared to the Timberwolves. You can't. It's night and day, bro.
They succeeded.
It's night and day, bro.
Like or not, they had a successful
It's night
season.
and day, and you would say that yourself because you didn't think the Lakers were anything special. The Warriors without Steph. Come on now. So I think you need to have a real hard look at yourself and really think about what you're saying when it comes to these Knicks.
I do agree with that.
Oh, the Knicks,
because Julius Randle went missing. Okay, hold in the conference finals. He went missing, bro.
He did.
Yeah,
he went missing.
Yeah, but that's the Julius Randle.
There was a bolo out.
Hold on.
There was a bolo out for him. But the guy he said, Dante DiVincenzo.
I literally said it though.
Where was Dante?
I literally said it in the pod though.
What did you say?
Randle popped off against the Lakers and the Warriors, right? And why was that? Because both those teams don't have a 5, don't have any sort of rim protection. I said it. He will get exposed. He will get exposed when he faces OKC because they have rim protection. Randle against. I said it.
Yeah, they're still a better team than the Knicks.
What do you mean?
That's what you were telling me. Yet they're still a better team.
I still favor them. I still favor them of Knicks in the 7-game series.
That's wild.
I still favor them every single time.
Okay.
Every single time. And at the end of the day, if there's one thing I was consistently right about, it was Cat. And I'll never be wrong about that pussycat because ever since.
But then when they put Mitchell and Robinson in and they had him at the 4, it was perfectly fine.
Because ever since last season, I've been saying about that pussycat, but guys were here telling me that I was. Guys were here was telling me, but Cat is this, Cat is that. I've been right about Cat. No, but I've been right. The
only person I quit on Cat last season.
After I told you against my maths. After I told you what happened.
So what are you right about? Because I didn't sit here and say, "Oh, Cat can be the second option."
No. When the Knicks made that move, you guys.
I said,
and I agree.
It'll be a great move.
And I agree. It was a great move.
You said Cat will be great at 5. Oh,
he will.
It's fine.
He was throughout the whole season. He was.
Yeah, he was.
He was top 5 in MVP voting for pretty much the whole year.
He won't be exposed defensively.
Nobody said that. That's lies now.
Nobody said that.
That's lies.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
I said that. You should say no. He won't. Especially you.
I said they have enough pieces on the perimeter to hide
to cover him.
To hide it. I didn't say he wouldn't be exposed.
But that wasn't the case though.
So how did they make it to a conference final?
He can make it to conference finals but still be exposed defensively. And he was exposed defensively. Ask any Knicks fan. But Cat was horrendous defensively. Horrendous. Because if that Knicks team was in the West,
I want to hear. I want
first round.
I want to hear about OKC now. I want you guys to tell me about what you think about OKC. Yeah, I want to hear about
OKC.
No. The trades, based on the trades. I want to hear. I want to hear it.
I think.
Let's be honest. I want to hear some. I want to hear honesty.
I'm not afraid to.
I want to hear honesty
in this life. I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong.
Say no more.
I was wrong.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I didn't think Caruso and Hartenstein were the big enough pieces that they needed to go far. But I was wrong.
Thank you very much.
If you look at the way Caruso's performing in this playoff run.
Yep.
Listen, we know that guy. That guy is a very pivotal. Can be a very pivotal
for sure because that guy outperformed Kyrie in the NBA Finals. On both ends, which is Robin, that's your guy. Caruso, a role player, outplayed Kyrie in the NBA Finals. Your boy pissed me off. Like,
what do you mean? In terms of last year's finals?
Yes, he pissed me off. because Caruso as a role player,
I don't know if that's
is having a way better.
That's just an unnecessary stray.
It's a stray, but he was throwing strays last episode. I watched that episode. I watched it.
He wasn't here.
I watched it.
He's not here now.
I watched it, and he was throwing strays. So Robin, I know you're gonna watch this, but your boy got outperformed by Caruso, bro. Your boy. You need to look at that boy, man. Kyrie, I love him, but bro,
no, you don't. If
you're gonna catch strays at my boy, I'm gonna, it's kind of easy to throw clip. You know what I'm trying to say. So
it doesn't make any sense. It's not even playing each other, bro.
Listen, I'm always listening.
The guy's rehabbing right now.
I'm always listening.
But okay, Paul. Okay. So what do you think? Will you admit you were wrong about OKC trade?
No.
Pride, man.
It's not even pride.
That's the pride. It's not
ego.
It's not even the pride though.
It's ego, bro. It's context. He's gonna tell us about context now.
Context, yeah. No,
he's unpredictable.
Because the context is. Let's be honest here. Yes, in this current environment,
in this current
environment, they achieved their goals, right? But the context is. But let's be honest here. Let's look. Well, You won't be ruining it, but
I'm gonna be real.
No. I'm gonna ask you because you're not a mass fan. You are not like a. But let's be real. If there was no injuries, right, or the trades, or that, let's say at least the trade didn't happen, OKC is making the finals. Let's be real here. Let's be absolutely real here. OKC ain't in the finals.
In my opinion, listen.
You can't say that, bro.
Yes, you can't say that.
No, you cannot,
because the Mavs own them. Luka owned them. Those guys, the Mavs were the best team.
Did they play each other? Did they play each other? Did they play each other fully healthy?
They were the best.
Did they play each other fully healthy? Did they play each other this season fully healthy? Did they play each other fully healthy this season? Do we have any footage to say what would have happened? Do we have any footage to say what happened? Do we have any facts?
If the Lakers didn't trade,
or is it just your biased opinion?
The Lakers would have been OKC as well.
It's just your biased opinion.
It's
just your biased opinion.
And if there wasn't
the Lakers
injuries,
didn't make what trade?
If the Lakers didn't trade either way, that team would with
That Lakers
LeBron.
isn't.
I'm sorry.
Old man.
He's on fumes and crack.
I'm taking him over OKC. I'm taking him
He's
over
on
OKC.
fumes and crack.
But the point is, what cool.
What's the point?
Caruso and Hartenstein, those are good additions. Those especially Caruso. I didn't think Caruso would be that like. I kind of like undervalued. Not undervalued.
Yeah, you were telling me that Josh Giddey's better than him. That's what you were telling me.
Cool.
That's what you're telling me.
I may have been wrong. No, in terms of fit, in terms of what they needed, as a point guard. But I will say, Caruso. Okay. I can't lie. You've been balling the hell out, and I see why Lakers fans are so mad at Rob for letting Caruso walk away. I see it all the time. Like Caruso, you've been amazing. Like that's been great additions, especially Caruso. They didn't let me find him, so you guys did your thing in this current environment. But if injuries and trades,
Paul, I need to ask you a question, bro. I need to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Yeah. Do you know what sports is, bro? Do you understand like how sports happen and like the world in which sports exist? Are you sure?
Injuries are part of the game.
Okay.
Trades are part of the game.
Okay.
But context is also part of the game as well.
So then why is it that you're putting an asterisk next to everything when this is literally a part of the sport that we love? Every sport has injuries.
I'm not putting an asterisk.
You are. You're
I am all about context.
And in your context, you're phrasing it in such a way that you're discrediting every achievement that all of these teams have made. True or false? I'm asking you a question. True or false?
Context. That's what I'm asking to you. Context.
Pride is the devil, man.
It's not a devil because I'm just mentioning context.
Okay.
And in this current environment,
and with that context,
are they achieving what?
But the facts are, in every single challenge that they've been faced with so far, they've risen.
And
that's what the facts are.
This is, you know what? Yeah,
that's what the facts are. They've got a third.
Tatum, I hate you so much. You know why I hate you so much?
Okay, boy. Let's Christian boy.
A man that ruptured his Achilles, you hate.
Sorry.
A man that ruptured his Achilles.
Okay, hate is not strong word. But I dislike you very much.
I'm still running for you.
You know why? You know why I dislike you so much?
Why?
Because if you didn't troll, we would not be having this conversation.
Oh,
we would not
really?
be having this conversation.
Really?
We would not be having this conversation.
We'll never know.
This one I agree with.
We'll never know.
OKC would not sign the
series would have been done by now.
It would have been 3-0 by now.
would have been
3-0 by now.
Because you want to troll Tatum.
Troll Tatum.
I'm just step back three.
With his awful shot diet. But the guy wants to troll in it. If you didn't troll Tatum.
I said it before they lost to the Knicks. The only way the Knicks
if he trolls, if
he trolls.
Listen. Tatum. You pissed me off.
He ruptured his Achilles.
Because I would have rather you win another chip, hands MVP. It wouldn't have moved me. I wouldn't have cared because you have a super team, all-time great team. So I would just use that as my little I can calm down, right? Because he's on that team. But he wanted to troll, and because you trolled, I have to see these OKC guys potentially win. Because if you didn't troll, another chip.
Just conjecture.
No team would have stood a chance. No, they would have stood a nudge.
It's just vibes.
If you take him a top 5 player,
it's just vibes.
If you didn't troll, OKC, I would be smiling. I'd be smiling because Shea would not win it. I would be like Tatum with it, but no one will still care because it's Tatum. Because his hierarchy will not move in the NBA. So it's like it wouldn't move me. Like win it, but you have to troll. And now OKC's in the finals and the Pacers, and
you're just on vibes.
It's just crazy.
You're just on vibes, man. You're just on vibes. It's all right. It's all right. Blaming another man for having his Achilles ruptured, but it's all right. It's okay. We see what it really is. We see what it really is from all of you. We understand that the truth is that Oklahoma City Thunder are better than what you guys thought at the beginning of the year. They are.
You haven't told us your opinions, buddy.
About what? About the trades?
About the trades.
I think from the Knicks, I think having Mitchell Robinson there for the whole year would have been a lot better for them, personally. I think when I saw him playing the 5 and Cat at the 4, it was better. Mm-hmm. I think my issue mainly with Cat is less so the defense, but more so his pick and choose with his aggression. Mm-hmm. I think he picks and chooses a little bit too much, and also like when he gets the ball is not enough. But in terms of fit, I was happy with it. Mm-hmm. I feel like they underutilized Anunoby and Mikal Bridges at times. I think those guys could feature a lot more in their run of play. People were kind of saying that Jalen Brunson is a bit responsible for that in terms of his lack of ability to
let others
defer at sometimes, or like, and I think to some degree that might be part of the reason why Tibbs has been let go in terms of that style of play.
That made no sense to me. Him getting fired, it made no sense.
Can we touch on that now?
We can do. Yeah,
because I don't understand why they made that move, and it's like they don't seem to have a plan. Because now we're hearing reports they're going to this team and this team and this team to try and talk to these coaches, but they're good. Obviously, they're gonna deny you. Why would Houston move off?
It doesn't make any sense.
Like, you're going to these people, you don't even have a plan, bro. So you fired a man just to be stuck where?
And same with Denver. They just fired.
No, they're keeping their guy, bro.
It's like, bro.
No, Denver had some of a plan. They're keeping their, and plus remember they got rid of their GM as well.
And I heard Westbrook is declined his play option.
Yeah, he declined it. Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's gonna show you can't win Westbrook, man. No one can.
But on the Tibbs one,
sorry, Charles.
On the Tibbs one, there's coaches that they could definitely approach. Mike Maloney could be a good coach for them. I think even Jenkins, Mark Jackson could be a good coach to pick up. Yeah, Taylor Jenkins as well could be.
He got fired by the
could be a good pick up.
No sense.
Though I do think the pace in which the Grizzlies played at, I don't know if that's his style of play.
Honestly, I feel like Jar said I don't like you because Jar wasn't getting featured as much, and like, I think Jar was like, I just don't like this black guy.
It might have been.
He's a good coach, bro. He's a very good coach.
Sorry, I've been distracted. But go on. I'm listening to you.
But yeah, the Knicks. I'll be honest with you, that depth is just so worrisome. Like it's just so worrisome. And that team is.
The guys can play though.
It can play, but you're over relying on that starting five. You're just so.
They are heavily over relying.
Bridges has regressed.
He has regressed. Like, you
think so?
Yeah, he has regressed. Definitely, he's not a guy. He's not the same guy he was in Phoenix. But that's due to maybe style of play or just.
I think there's been a little bit more pressure on him. I think the Nets thought he was a star, in terms of like an all-star caliber player. Mm-hmm. They were wrong. He's not that guy. He's definitely an above average 3-and-D player, and he has splashes to be very much so a creator. But I think the OG for me is the guy that I want third in that pecking order, over Mikal Bridges, because I think OG just has greater tools. Really, like Mikal might be a better shooter, but I feel like just the size, even though they're similar size, the build, I just think maybe I'm biased, but I think OG is better.
Like he's just like I feel on both he's better. Yeah. Bridges is a better shoot, but I feel like OG has that midi. He has that.
He just enforce it. He can overpower guys as well.
This may sound a bit tough.
I'm gonna say Kawhi.
Yeah, Kawhi. Like he kind of runs with Kawhi, like how he's defensively, even in the mid range, and how he gets to the post, and how he's like an enforcer inside. Like I don't know, he kind of runs like a baby.
I mean, all of that is cool. But listen, you're not gonna win with Cat as your second option. I had to learn the hard way.
And you said that the Knicks were championship contenders. I remember.
I did. They got to conference finals.
If I'm them,
they are. That was
so you think just because they got to the conference finals,
that means you're a contender, bro? No. That means you're a contender, bro. Well, they went to 6, no?
So hold on. So you think that this team is a championship contender?
They proved that they were.
No.
They proved that they were. Yes, they proved that they were. What do you mean? What championship contender?
They're not good enough.
So are you only a contender if you get to the finals?
So this is what I'm saying. Tatum, you piss me off so much, bro. You piss me off so much. You Tatum. You Jason Tatum, man.
I think on the Timberwolves trade, I think in terms of they figured something out towards the second half. I think they did. I think they weren't. For me personally, I feel like in the playoffs they weren't tested enough. I think they weren't until they faced Oklahoma, and when they met them, it was outmatched. But they weren't tested enough, and I think Ant needs to realize that his game can be so much more dynamic than it is. I think that the focus on shooting was great, but I think
too over reliant on. I
think diversifying his diet would have been the best thing. Like he needs to remember that he's lethal inside, and like his ability to blow past guys is incredible. I think defensively, what I saw from him is amazing. It's a shame the amount of free agents that they have, or unrestricted free agents.
Because I can't lie, because I don't think they can afford to keep like.
They can't keep Nas and Nikhil.
And Randall. I think Randall as well. So it's like they have a lot of choices to make in offseason.
Yeah, they're gonna have decisions to make.
I would capitalize Nas. I think Nas they should capitalize. I feel like Alexander Walker. I feel like you can kind of live without a minute. But did
you not see him against OKC?
He was amazing. He was amazing. But I'm saying if I had to choose, I'd pick Nas over Alexander Walker. You know, so.
Fair. Nas is such an interesting hoop. He plays so nonchalant, that Nas guy. The way he shoots.
And there's one thing I'll say about Ant, right? There is one thing he really improved on, right? Which was his which was his playmaking. I feel like as a playmaker, he has really blossomed. Like that's a step that he took. Where I was like, in previous years when he double him or he would always make that wrong pass. But he said something. He said like in the interview, this is not me bringing up Luka, but it's like he said in the interview, right, that he watched Luka tape to how to be double teamed because he does it better than anyone else. And I guess you learn from a great and you evolve yourself in it. So, but apart from that, I feel like there's something we need to talk about. His motor. I feel like his motor is really like he's always so gassed, and I think even in these playoffs he had like oxygen like tanks that he had to. Because I feel like he just ran out of breath. And I feel like that's something like people not talking about. Like he's not really like durable. He's really not. He gets so gassed quickly. He had to get an oxygen mask at a certain point in that one of those runs. And I was just thinking like I think for conference finals again. And I was just thinking he's so super athletic, but why is his motor like why is he so fragile? Like, he's so fragile. Like and it's like people want to be talking about so it's not Luka again. But I'm gonna bring him up. Like he's so out of shape. He's so out of shape. But at least he's durable. Like for a guy as so effective as him, he's not durable.
I'm gonna need you to show me the picture of the evidence that he was taking a tank this year.
He was oxygen.
I'm gonna need to see that.
I'm pretty sure he was.
In terms of durability, I think you're barking up the wrong tree when it comes to Ant, bro. Do you see how many times a man will get run over, twist his ankle, and he bounces up and he's back out? Every time he's back up and he's back out. And he's running, dunking.
I don't think
in terms of durability, I don't think you can tell me that.
I don't think maybe he's a problem if he has less stamina than Luke or something.
No.
I think he's just very much naive because we saw it last year. He's calling out Kyrie. He's trying to guard Kyrie, and then he's trying to do things on the offensive side. We saw it against the Thunder as well. He's trying to guard Shea. He's young and he's very much naive at the moment.
He doesn't have the mental.
So when he understands, let me just guard the weakest offensive player.
I don't think. I think he can do both. He can do both.
He's not good enough to do both.
No, he can do. He can do. Wait. He can do both in spurts. He doesn't have to do the whole game, but he can do both in spurts.
He is not a good enough defender to be doing that.
And
he's not good enough defender. He's alright. He's solid, but he's not good enough to do that.
Okay, say no more. And my thoughts on the Oklahoma City Thunder and their trade. I told you guys from the beginning that like they got exactly what they needed.
Crucial, man.
That's why I said to you guys in terms of unlocking extra elements, that their issue, like everybody said, was experience. They didn't have enough experience, and they got vets. Well, mainly one vet in Caruso that been there before, very composed, level-headed, that can actually contribute in significant ways. Do you know what I mean? Like
really
when he was on the Bulls and they were healthy with Lonzo that first year, the reason everything was ticking is because him and Lonzo were on that team, making things work. Like the things that Caruso does, we're seeing it show up in the box score now, but a lot of the time it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? A lot of like, and he fits their culture beautifully. With Hartenstein, the screening, I think there's a comfortability you have with him on the floor where it's like Chet can kind of be a bit more haywire. He can kind of take more risks defensively, which you want him to take with that much length. You want him to do that. And so I think it's just a perfect marriage.
And
really
what I'll say is, right, I'll give obviously one props, right? I genuinely thought in that game 7 they would lose because Denver has been there, done it. So I'll give them this props. They finally matured. Well, not, but they matured and got that experience after being Denver in that game 7, which because I thought they were losing. I actually thought they were 100% losing, but they showed maturity, and in terms of that, I'll give them the one little prop for me.
Okay, I think we're ready now. I think we're settled in.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about these NBA finals.
Wait, I'm the mediator here.
What do you mean you're the mediator?
I am, because it seems like I'm the most level-headed.
No. I'm level-headed.
Both of you,
I'm level-headed.
Before this segment begins,
I'm level-headed.
I need you to let each other have their turn and calm down. Calma. Tranquilo.
Okay, so
but I'm calm.
So I want to start off by saying,
I'm calm, bro.
I've said this before, and I'm not going to move from this mountain because everyone can see it. Everyone from their mother's womb can see this, right? Okay, I'm gonna get Shay after this, right? But OKC is just quite evident to me. These guys get officiated in a different manner to every other team. Head coaches call it out, players have called it out, and this is not me, some regular dude from the south, from Croydon, just yapping away. Head coaches that know basketball better than 99% of people in the world, top players have called it out, and it's evident to see OKC get away with so much fouls on the defensive end. Get away with so much BS. Like, these guys are allowed to play physical, grabbing, pulling, yanking, karate chops, dragging people down, and a loot door, attacking people and breaking people's ribs. like a linebacker, bro, and they get officiated. They're allowed to get away with fouls, physicality, and it's like when other teams try to match that, foul, whistle, 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 and in these in these playoffs, what I've seen is the Pacers have been the better team. But whenever the game slows down because of the whistle and then people go to the line, it really impacts like it messes up Pacers, like it messes up their entire rhythm and flow. Because I see for large stretches, they just play quick, literally run and gun, and suddenly the whistles just start blowing. Everything slows down, which works in OKC's favor, and that's because they're allowed to get with, and that's because they're allowed to get with so much shit. Because you can't. It's like you can't even breathe on OKC, right? You can't even, because they get officiated so different. It's evident. I'm not even being a hater. I'm an OKC hater, but I'm gonna admit it's evident to see. Everyone knows it apart from you. Everyone knows it, right? So that's OKC. Then a Shea. This is why I can never be a fan of him. And honestly, I don't like both dudes. But I'd first watch Tatum play than Shea play every single day of the week. This Shea guy, he infuriates me, right? He really infuriates me because number one, people are saying he's some defender. Because I remember last week, right, last pod, your American friend and like you and you guys just argue, just nodding his head like yeah, saying, oh, everyone in that August team are dogs, bro. Everyone plays defense. They're all dogs, bro. They're all dogs. Like,
They do.
Right? But let's be honest here. Shea's average defender at best. What he's good at doing is, which I give him props for. He's good at
getting in the passing lanes.
Getting those, because the long guy getting those steals and getting those blocks, which is part of defense. Cool. I'll give you that. But Luka does the same shit, and I ain't gonna say he's a great defender. He's a great defender. He does the same shit. He's amazing at getting steals. I ain't saying he's a great defender. He's not. Far from that, right? But
that's where you lose me.
no. But I'm just making.
Get his name out of your mouth.
But the point I'm trying to say is, Shea is a bro. He's getting exposed. He's getting exposed.
By who?
Every single player on the Pacers are taking their turns. Come here.
Tyrese tried. What happened to Tyrese?
Bro, I promise you, rookies.
Tyrese tried.
I'm not talking about why you mentioning Tyrese? I'm talking about Shea.
You said everybody tried.
Stop mentioning. Listen, let me.
As in Tyrese tried to get him. Tyrese tried to cook him, and what happened?
From you know I can tell, right? Okay. Carlisle. This is Carlisle's game plan because he does against the Mavs as well when he plays against the Mavs. He's calling out Shea every single time because what Shea does, right? Because I'm OKC here, right? I watch OKC a lot. What Mark Daniels does, which is very smart. He lets Shea just hover around in that dunker spot, just kind of hover around there, right? And in the gaps, you can get those steals. But no one calls Shea up, and I wonder why aren't you calling Shea up? Why aren't you calling him up? No one does that. Whether it was against Timberwolves, no one was calling Shea up. I wasn't calling Shea up, right? Or whether it was against Memphis or Denver, they weren't calling Shea up. But Pacers have done this because Carlisle is an excellent coach. Well, he's calling up Shea because now Shea can't hide in the dunker spot, and there's pass lanes where he can just hover around and get steals with the deflection.
He was never hiding.
He's getting exposed.
He was never hiding.
Everyone's hunting him.
He was never hiding.
TJ McConnell, who's like 5'11", barely 6 foot, is cooking him. He was cooking him in game 4.
Okay, yeah, we get it.
But and then on the other end, right?
Thank you.
Shea, I swear down, this is hard on walks so Shea can run. What Shea gets away with so many push-offs. Oh my god!
I want to agree.
It was so much push-offs.
I saw it against my
so
Pelicans
many push-offs, and like in game, this is game 4, right? Game 4. So in game 4, right, the Pacers are up for most of that game. The last time that OKC had a lead was when it was like 55-55, right? But Pacers were up for most of the game. But this is why they call Scott Foster the extender. He had allegations for being, for being like a rig, a rigger, right? A rigger, something like that. I know the word is. I know the word is, but a rigger, innit? I just call him a rigger, right? A rigger. He's the extender for a reason because suddenly in the final few minutes, right? Suddenly whistle, and I look at it.
Don't get me wrong. I hear the rigged part, but you can't score 1 point in the last 3 minutes. What did the Pacers do?
100%. But let's.
He got the lead before he got to the free throw. Just so you know, he got the lead before he got to the free throw line.
But this is the point I'm trying to make. Just
so everybody's aware.
Because once the whistle blows, everything slows down. That goes against the Pacers so much. It goes against their play style. Score fast. They go for it messed them up. And those fouls,
is that their fault?
Hold on. And like those.
They told him to foul them.
Are they fouling him though? Are they
fouling him?
Are they fouling? No, they're not fouling him. They're not fouling him. There's footage of him pushing off against Neesmith. So pushing every single possession. Push up. Those free throws is like obviously one of those games.
So much. It's so annoying.
And I was thinking,
it's so annoying.
Harden walked.
You think he's a running back?
Bro. Harden
he's a running back trying to stiff arm someone.
Harden walked. Harden walked. I'm not done yet. Harden walked.
That was mediator, bro.
Harden walked so Shea can run. It's like you can't even breathe on the dude. Okay. And I'm thinking,
how many
why can't they touch him? 10 free throws that not. No, that's not. 10 as well.
We got it. You did well.
But hold on.
No, he has to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him go. But it's like the amount of push-offs. I don't understand it. It's like, how are you? He's literally doing this, pushing, yanking him off. I'm like, bro, what is this? Like, is this basketball or are you playing some? I ain't gonna say that word, but it's like, it's just crazy. It's like, that's why they came and won this game, because of Shea and how it was whistled at the end, because of Scott Foster.
Let him go.
So my question is, do I address what he said, or just give my point?
Address what he said. I've been letting it sit for a minute.
What was his first point? Shea being his first point wasn't about
OKC being
officiated differently. I don't necessarily know if I agree with you completely in terms of them being officiated in this series particularly differently.
I do this outside. It's kind of dangerous.
Okay. Reason being, as they said last press conference, like the Pacers have been winning the physicality battle with them these last couple of rounds. They've been winning those little margins of getting to the loose balls. They've been hounding them a lot more, and I think there's been a lot of more parity brought to their matchup in terms of it's been a lot. In my opinion, I think the whistle has been even either way. Maybe I would say with Shea particularly, I think there's some causes also that he was used to that also haven't been getting called on him, especially this finals. I've definitely seen that. Through the first 3 quarters of this game, I don't think he had any free throws. Or maybe he had like 1 or 2. And then towards the end is when all of his free throws really came in the fourth quarter, if we're talking specifically about game 4. As a team, I think they're shooting a lot less free throws this round, particularly. So I don't necessarily know about this officiating bias that you're talking about. So I'll just leave that there. In terms of the defense that they play, yes, they hound. But I think one thing that the NBA is consistent about is like, if a team has developed an identity, right, and they stick to that, bro, just jam it in there, bro.
I don't want to leak it out, man. Nah.
Okay. Give it to me. I got you.
Yeah, I know, but
I got you.
If you're supposed to, on you in it, but
I don't understand. So like, yeah, if a team has developed with force, just push it in.
No, not like that. You have to jam it.
Just do it fast, bro.
Yeah, go.
Oh my days. Oh my.
More force. You're not as strong.
Oh my days.
I got there.
In terms of like, if a team develops an identity or somebody has this like mystique about them, the NBA tends to stay consistent in the way in which they either officiate or engage with them. And I think they've developed a mindset since the whole year. They've been the best defensive team in the year, historic defensive team. And so in a lot of ways, the league has allowed them to play in a particular way, which is true. They have done, which is very, very physical. I think it's difficult to judge because the way in which they play defense is very active. Like, their hands are mobile, they move their feet, like they do a lot of the right things, which allows them to get away with some of the things that maybe people hate as well. You know what I mean? It's a balance of both. That's what I will honestly say. And I'll leave that point there. In terms of Shea being a bad defender or average defender, I think that's cap. I think what you're saying about Rick Carlisle calling him into the actions, it's a smart strategic plan in terms of, if we wear down Shea, and we saw in the first couple of games, he didn't have enough mojo when it came to the end to close games. He didn't, because he's being as you said, if you target the star player on offense. Sorry, what?
Yeah. So.
No. Wait. No. Sorry, no interruptions, because I didn't interrupt you. Okay. So if you're targeting him to play defense more and more, he's going to be tired when it comes to the fourth, and that's what I saw in the beginning of this game 4. Like, he looked sluggish. Like, he looked like he didn't have his full swagger that he usually does. Even though he's never really,
he's never had 0 assists.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I know he's never rushed. Even though he's never really rushed, he looked like something was off with him just a little bit. So maybe it's the fatigue. Maybe the fatigue is building up. In terms of his capabilities as a defender, he's above average. How high above average he is, that's up. Like, you can choose, but he's definitely above average. What he does in getting in the passing lanes and having a knack for getting the ball consistently, you can't tell me that is easy to do. Anytime the ball comes in and it's to his defender or anywhere around him, his hand is getting on that ball consistently. You can't tell me otherwise. That's not not easy. One, he uses his body very, very well. You have to understand that this man is legit 6'6" with a very good wingspan. Like some of the things that he's doing is because he's just very capable and he uses his body very well. Is he the greatest defender on that team? 100% not. But as a team, collectively, he fits into the culture very well. He doesn't avoid or hide from his matchups. I've seen him go over screens, sit down on the island. Literally, I was watching it. As I was watching the game for Leicester, I was literally there, standing in the defensive stance as he was in the defensive stance. Hands moving, watching, mirroring him. And I was like, yes, this is fantastic defense. Regardless.
Just as bad.
Okay.
She's just as bad.
Okay.
That's an unnecessary shot.
Okay. It's even impossible for that to be possible. So TJ, I say TJ got him once on the baseline that I remember in terms of little speed he got by him, 100%. TJ McConnell's a very capable young man.
Wait, question: how tall is he?
Who? I don't know how tall he is.
5'11".
Okay. So that's on Shea's defense. The other point, what was his final point? The whistle and slowing down the game. The refs. No, Shea's offensive play. I don't know how you can say that. Yes, he gets to the line a lot, but I think we have to really look at what Shea does in terms of like his shot diet is actually fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like the mid range,
it's lethal. I can't lie.
The mid range is his joint.
It's lethal.
Do you know what I mean? Like the same way that when Steph Curry shoots a free, I expect it to go in. Whenever he's in that mid range, either side of on either baseline area or near the free throw line, if he pulls up, I'm expecting it to go down. Swish.
As soon as I see it, I'm like
swish every time.
You know what it is?
No doubt in my mind.
You know when it misses. Like, honestly, I'm like.
No doubt in my mind. Every single time I expect it to end up in the bottom of the basket. He is a prolific scorer. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that he does it from twos is beautiful. Absolutely sensational to see. The chicken wing thing, it's a part of the game. And if we're going to continue to whine and whinge about what it is, it's just a part of the game. It's at the end of the day, it comes down to a skill. I was hearing, who is it? Steve Nash and LeBron on Mind the Game. Guys you respect very, very highly. Break down what Shea does. And he says the body control to be able to feel contact, manipulate in a way that is beneficial for him. It comes down to skill set because not everybody can do it. Let's be honest, not everybody can do it. And fortunately enough, it seems like Jalen Williams is learning from him. What I saw last game, Jalen Williams is learning from him, and that's going to make for a very deadly duo coming down the line. Do I like it? Do I love it? I'll be honest, yesterday I was excited. I was happy. I was happy to see him do his thing. And then
excited headed into the fourth? Oh yeah, sorry, you didn't watch it live.
I know, because nobody called me. But I was excited. No, you didn't call me. I only got 2 calls. It was from RJ. You didn't call me.
12:53 I called you.
Yeah, before my nap. Which ruined. Why would you? I told you to call me.
So
don't get me off my point. Don't get me off my point. Don't get me off my point. In terms of, I think Andrew Nimhard. Yeah, Andrew Nimhard. He's doing a fantastic job.
Amazing defender.
I've never seen anybody bother Shea as much as him. I don't think I've ever seen it. Like every shot is every shot he's taken is genuinely difficult, bro.
They're both Canadian.
Like he is struggling to break him down on possessions.
He's a strong guy, man,
and he's still successful. Like Shea's still being efficient, which is just, I don't know how he's managing to do it with that level of pressure on him. But fair play, and you can't tell me after watching Nimhard, watching Aaron Neesmith play defense, that they're not also being physical. That they're not also grabbing and pulling and doing. You can't also tell me that they're not doing that. I'm asking you a question.
They're playing very good defense.
Okay, cool. The only thing additional I wanted to add about OKC is Jalen Williams. Earlier this year, we had conversations about whether or not the Oklahoma City Thunder had a second star. Mm-hmm. And I think before our very eyes, any question, any doubt, anything really is being evaporated before our very eyes. It's too early.
It's too early.
Man said doubt. It's too early.
I think what I saw last series, the growth against Denver is just being continued right now.
Last series was against the Wolves.
Sorry. But what I saw against Denver from him, the Wolves one.
So what happened with him against the Wolves?
That one was a team effort. That one they knew what they needed to do. They got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
They got rid of it.
No,
what do you mean?
You see, it's not consistent. It's not
consistent.
It's always.
He played well, but it wasn't a thing that I wasn't necessarily highlighting him specifically as I was watching that matchup. Particularly, I remember specifically in the Denver series, looking at him and thinking, yeah, no, he's taking steps. I saw him make mistakes, come back the next game and improve on what he made errors on. That's what I can say. In the Timberwolves series, I didn't notice anything specific that I was like, okay, he did.
This guy's the funniest guy. I swear the way he gives a straight face and the way he says it. This guy is a funny. I swear that you're one of the funniest guys. Like you're one of the most The thing is, you're so unintentional with that as well, but it's so funny. You're actually hilarious.
Thank you.
Comedian, man.
So yeah, in terms of this series right now, I think he's complementing Shea in fantastic ways. Defensively, he's been incredible.
He's excellent.
He's been absolutely incredible. Do you know what I mean?
He's
like
long as well. He's so long. He's
getting to the basket at will. It looks like whenever he wants to get that underhanded scoop layup, either hand is at will, breaking down guys. His shot, in terms of his shooting, hasn't come around right now. I don't know what's going on with the shooting from him right now, but everything else has been brilliant. And Chet, I don't have anything other than praises for these young guys. Really, they've just shown a level of maturity that's incredible to see, and they complement each other so well that I don't even really care about hierarchy or structure. The three of them know exactly what it is, and they're blossoming and blooming in an incredible way. I have a question a little bit later in terms of. Will we ever really get to see the best of Chet on this team? Just because of he is very similar to Wemby in a lot of ways in terms of what he could, what his output could be, but because he has a Shea and a Jalen Williams on
it's like what Chet is like. There's Wemby who's a Charizard, and
no, and Chet is a Charizard.
No, he's a Charmander, bro. He's a Charmander.
You know, there's Charmeleon.
Yeah, but this is the lowest, right? Charmeleon, Charmander, and then Charizard.
No, Charmander is the lowest.
Oh, is it?
Go back and watch Pokemon. First things first. He's a Charizard. He's a Charizard that currently his flame is low, and the reason his flame is low is because he hasn't got the space to really absorb all the oxygen in the room. And if you've watched Pokemon, you would love that one. But yeah, so that's a question for later. But from what I've seen in terms of on this team, he's done a great job. They've all done a very, very good. I'm very happy from what I'm seeing. The level of maturity, the matchup between the two teams. It's been a brilliant finals. If we're being really honest, it's been very entertaining. The level of parity between the two of them is interesting. I don't know. We're just focusing on OKC for right now, but I still don't believe that Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar.
I don't think he's a superstar as well. I agree.
And I'll leave it there.
I agree.
I'll leave it there. So the floor is open for you. Come. What have you got to say to me? Let's hear from you, Kelvin.
No, I think, for me, listen, OKC, I feel like if they've had a fortunate run in terms of the conference final.
Thank you.
I'll give them credit for beating Denver. But at the end of the day, you beat a team that shouldn't have been there in the Timberwolves.
You beat Memphis with no job.
And now, to be honest, you're playing a team that, in my opinion,
shouldn't have been there.
Shouldn't have been there if everybody was healthy. They wouldn't have been there.
Tatum trolling. You just want to troll.
If everybody was healthy, they wouldn't have been there. But
we can't focus on that.
If they win the finals, I'll give them their credit. But at the end of the day, I don't like what I'm seeing.
I agree.
Shea, whether you like it or not, he's a foul baiter.
Harden walks so he can run.
He is a foul baiter.
Okay.
I don't see how you can see how he plays and tell me he's not.
Is that the only way he scores the ball?
Did I say it was?
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Over 10 free throws a game.
I'm asking a question. But he scores a large part of. But he scores 30 points every game. So where's the other 20 coming from?
Okay.
A large part.
Where's the other 20 coming from?
But listen.
Okay. Every elite scorer in this league gets free throws, bro. Every single one of them. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Done?
I'm done.
So then, the last thing I want to say on the Thunder is, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the free throws that he gets, it fuels them. I don't know how to explain them, but it's the stoppage and play. They get time to compose themselves. I feel like it really does fuel them. I don't know how to explain it, but
he's a calming factor. He's a calming factor on that team. Like they speak about when they look to him, his demeanor is very mellow, like he's very zen. Do you know what I mean? That's just so impressive. That's just who Shea is, regardless. Like as we've seen him, and when he's at the free throw line, he just looks composed. Everybody has an opportunity to just.
I've never heard that one before. When you're at the line, you just like the auras. That I've never heard that one before. Like you're giving props for shooting free throws. I've never heard that one before.
I'm not giving him props.
I've never heard that one.
I'm not giving him props.
He said everyone calms down, zen. I've never heard that one before. I've never heard that one before.
It's not about the free throws. It's about his team. It's about his team looking at him and having the opportunity to catch their breath.
I just want to, before we wrap this up, I just want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
You see what Shea is doing this finals. Mm-hmm. Do you now understand what we say when we say you're a superstar, act like one? Did Tatum look like this in his finals run?
Oh yeah, you might that. Okay.
That's what I want to ask you. Now, then, once you answer that question, you understand where my problem and Paul's problem lies with Tatum.
Okay, so
that's what I want to say.
So
I think.
Hold on. So I want to answer it. But I want to ask you 2 more questions, right? Mm-hmm. So
you want to ask me 2 more questions?
No, him. Just short questions, right? So So one of them is, do you see what I'm seeing from Shea's defense?
Yeah. I think he's.
Okay,
I think
okay.
he's average
at
or
best. Average or below worst.
I think he's
okay.
average.
And like average or like below average. But the second thing is, do you see what Alu's doing? Like he's never consistent. I think we need to call him out on that. And like I feel like because I think you should be honest here. Like this guy always. Like there's always gaps. He just jumps over. He just jumps over instead of like building a straight line and being consistent.
What have I jumped over?
Because you could have called out J-Dub for his performance in the Timberwolves series.
You always do,
but
this.
You casually chose to erase that.
Yeah. He just like it's like he's scared of criticizing. He's so.
I'm not scared to criticize. There's nothing to say.
Okay.
There's genuinely nothing to say.
Answer the question.
Answer the question about Tatum. I think it's a personality. I think it's more of a personality.
Personality.
Then
I've never heard this before.
We're talking about the game of basketball. What's personality?
I can't smell you calling him out.
No, you haven't. It's not actually. Ask for my opinion. I'm giving my opinion. I think a lot of what it is different because they ultimately play different styles of basketball. The two of them, they do. In terms of being a leader or whatever, Tatum has the same moments that Shea has in terms of closing games for his team. They have the same moments of closing games for him. In terms of consistently, in terms of throughout the whole game, I think even in this last game, you're breathing. There was elements where you're
getting thrown off your edge, bro.
He can't breathe. He can't breathe. So you wouldn't hold his breath and die.
Okay.
Damn, bro.
There's a level of it's a good comparison to draw because they both have great supporting casts and great superstars next to them in terms of stars next to them rather in terms of Jaylen Brown and Jalen Williams. I don't get entirely what you mean necessarily because I feel like Tatum's impact in his finals run was more to do with him sacrificing more so that his team could flourish around him. That's what I personally thought that it was around, which is why he didn't necessarily get everything that everybody wanted. Numbers wise, output wise, yeah, okay, cool. He didn't. Maybe for some people, it didn't jump off the page like they might have wanted to. But in terms of like his impact on the games, 100%, I think it was there. Is it comparable to Shea? I think it looks different because Shea's position in his team is very much so. Everybody's looking to him consistently. Where Tatum's more with a mature group that while they look to him to lead in certain aspects, he also has to feed them, right? Where Shea's role is like, I'm going to lead you in my play. I'm going to lead you in scoring. I'm going to calm you down there.
And also line as well. Calm you down on line.
Okay. Yeah. He's gonna feed them a little bit here and there where he can. But his role isn't always necessarily to facilitate. Even though he's been facilitating in his playoffs, he has been and it's been looking good. Yeah, that's what I would say. So I don't necessarily know exactly what you mean. So if you could elaborate, then that would be great.
Okay. I'll leave it for the next step.
Okay.
When the finals is decided and the Pacers come out on top, we've been in there with the boys.
What do you mean? Fair enough.
We've been in there with the boys.
Say no more.
You like how I did that one, innit?
I did like it, but it's alright. Say no more. I'll catch you guys later.
Pacers in 6.
Peace.
In there.
Come on. Wow.